The globe is becoming both bigger and narrower as technology evolves. We can now converse with individuals around the world with a single click. Whereas globalization, or communication between nations far above their frontier, is not a fresh idea, new technology has revolutionized the way we communicate and discover in profound ways. We are broadening our knowledge of congregation and intensifying our life experiences as we become more affiliated. With that revolutionizing impact globalization given, some influences emerged both negative and positive ways. It imparted good stuff, at the same time negative entities in actuality. With this being mentioned, three things are really needed to elevate as we delve into a globalized community to achieve its goodness for an individual, a group and the society as a whole, the cultural awareness, gender sensitivity, and political correctness. To clearly define what are these three concepts, we should consider memorizing our mnemonic COOL GATE pass. COOL being the cultural awareness, GATE being the gender sensitivity, and P for political correctness. Did we get it clear?
To start with, in a society where people base the role of individuals by their gender on how they see people, they will conclude that the sign of masculinity includes cars and superheroes, while the sign of women's femininity is the color pink, dolls, princesses. These are just some of those categories of people according to gender. With that being said, gender sensitivity refers to the aim of understanding and considering of the societal and cultural factors involved in gender-based exclusion and discrimination in the most diverse spheres of public and private life. Basically, gender sensitivity is being conscious of the thoughts and emotions of the opposite sex. Furthermore, involvement of gender-sensitive communication is attained when men and women, and those who do not conform to the binary gender system, are made visible and addressed in language as persons of equal value, dignity, integrity, and respect. Here are examples of gender-neutral words that can be used with respect to our concept of gender sensitivity: ancestors instead of forefathers, chairperson instead of chairman.
Secondly, the concept of cultural awareness. Society comprises people of various colors, races, and cultures united to create one nation. However, not everyone is given equal respect due to different mindsets and perspectives. One of the reasons people lack respect for others is insufficient knowledge of cultural awareness. Cultural awareness is defined in many ways, but all of this coils down to the ability to recognize the different beliefs, values, and customs that someone has based on their origins. By respecting others and accepting people's opinions, rights, and feelings, even when they are different from our own, we allow ourselves to develop more successful personal and professional relationships and benefit from cultural diversity. Moreover, being culturally aware makes individuals more cautious of their words and actions towards others, for it may be disrespectful or offensive for their culture. In contrast, if you lack awareness, you may have difficulties because you are unable to recognize cultural differences. It has the potential to create havoc since it is oblivious to other people's feelings.
Third but not the least, the concept of political correctness in communication and in globalization. Political correctness, or PC, is a term used to refer to a language or way of communication that gives the least amount of offense. Political correctness must be maintained, especially in communities, in order to maintain harmony, as everybody has their own external factors which can be specified by political correctness. External factors such as race, gender, culture, or sexual orientation can be sensitive topics, so we must know what is the politically correct way to communicate. These factors has been discussed, disputed, criticized, and satirized by commentators across the political spectrum. Political correctness is often used to prevent ridiculing perceptions and beliefs. For example, here in the Philippines, there are slums. which is referred to at times as the poorest of the poor. People who live here are called by many as squatters, where most of them are stereotyped as dirty and snatchers. Generalizing them because of how they live would not be politically correct. To avoid any offense, the politically correct term would be informal settlers. Also, instead of saying perverted person, politically right we can say a sexually disorientated individual.
All of these concepts emerged because the community we are threading is radically globalized. The people, community, and nations are constantly connected by the modern technology and communication, and as being economically, socially, and politically trade off and take on customs. And with all that has been stated, gender sensitivity, cultural awareness, and political correctness has only one aim: to put on cognizance and alleviate ignorance with the way how we interact and communicate to people in the society with varying demographics, their sex, age, group, ethnicity, religion, and economic status. As the world is further on dominated by globalization, as an individual, we should see communication as a continuum of inclusivity in a circle of diversity.